Hey, gorgeous soul. Welcome to your February astrology, and it is a big one. We have Pluto, the Lord of Transformation, the big transformer. In its last degree, it's going into a different sign. It's going into Aquarius in March. And right now, we've got the peak of our whole Pluto experience. As well as that, at the end of the month, Saturn is reaching its final degree. And this is huge in astrology because it means all of that energy becomes magnified and magnified and magnified, and it's reaching a peak. So there's a peak of change, and there's a peak of awareness about what and who we want to commit to and what and who restricts us. And it's going to be very deep and very profound. I really do suggest you don't just look at your sun, you look at your rising, very important, and where Saturn and Pluto are in your chart. If you haven't got your chart, you can get it free on my website, micheleknight.com, and there you'll be able to see where it is. And you're going to know anyway, trust me, which of those positions is affecting you more, because it's big and it's loud and it's final and it's intense. Here's your monthly astrology. Hey, fabulous Taurus. Welcome to February. And there's a lot of shifting energies. You're being pushed and pulled a little bit at the beginning of the month as we have the Sun in Aquarius square Uranus in your sign. And that's all about your confidence when it comes to who and how you see yourself in the world, potentially around career, but also about your identity. And you might be going through some changes. You might be going through some growth and some shifting, and you're weighing up your priorities. The full moon is actually square Uranus in your sign as well. And this full moon is impacting you when it comes to your home and family. So there may be a part of you going, what is it that I want? What is my identity? Who am I in terms of my career or my reputation? And who am I when it comes to my home and family and security? And what do I want from that? There's going to be a peak experience. And this peak experience may be able to deliver some insight to you. Maybe a psychic dream or a strange coincidence, or just a huge feeling and some moonlight pointing you in the direction of where you need to go with those vibes. With Mercury joining forces with Pluto on the 10th, you're feeling much more adventurous. You're feeling like you need to make changes. Whatever's been going on for you since 2008 is reaching a massive, the end of 2008, is reaching a massive crescendo. And the universe is actually saying to you, it's time to spread your wings. It's time to fly. It's time to find freedom in your soul, whatever that looks like. And there should be a conversation this month which wakes you up to all of this kind of stuff you've been thinking about since 2000, let's say 2009, when it really kicked in, and you're like, oh, okay, this is where I am now. What is the next stage for me? And you might be surprised to know, and you could thank Uranus for that as well, that it's much more adventurous, or you're going to have to stretch yourself, finally give yourself a big push and into the next phase for you. And it's enabling you to be free. Sometimes when we get stuck in patterns or routines, that feels like freedom, but really it's an illusion, because if we just do the same thing every day, we're not really growing, we're not evolving, we're not making changes. So this shift it's not necessarily an unpleasant shift. It could be a fabulous shift and you might feel great about it, fingers crossed, but there is change coming. So prepare yourself, because I know Taurus don't like change that much, but you're open to the possibility, because it's almost like you feel it in your being that transformation is here. And it's a bit like giving birth. Once you're in the process, you can stop. It's time to move on and forward. And also you're ready to make new commitments, because on the 16th, the Sun is joining forces with Saturn. And you're like, okay, I'm going to make some changes and I'm ready for it. And again, that's a peak. Whatever's been going on for you in the past 3 years is reaching a peak. And you're like, okay, what do I want to commit to in terms of my career? What do I want to commit to in terms of commitment in general? And your sense of security and your sense of home is going to be featured in that decision. And that's going to be something that you're thinking about quite a lot. Now, the new supermoon in Pisces on the 20th is the same day that Venus goes into Aries. So when the new supermoon in Pisces opens up for you, you're surrendering maybe some views you had, some belief systems you had, maybe some collaborations you had, maybe some friendship groups, and you're letting go and you're moving on and you're broadening your horizons. That can also be connected to the internet. It can be connected to what you put out there in the world. And this is a whole new kind of ball game for you. Your heart, your soul, your spirit is telling you which way you need to go forward. And it's also saying to you, you can't do it alone. It's time to collaborate and to find your people around you and connect with others. When Venus enters Aries, obviously it's one step away from entering Taurus. You're tying up loose ends when it comes to relationships and relationship patterns and relationship stories. We all tell ourselves a story. We all write stories about other people we're involved with, actually. And you're finding endings and new beginnings. If you don't do the work, or maybe even if you do the work, you might bump into someone and it feels like a karmic connection. You feel as if your souls are merging, or you've known them for eternity. Make sure that isn't just, love being a drug. Make sure that it's for real. I mean, value the moment of being able to have that deep empathy and connection with someone, but don't get lost in illusion. Anyway, looks like it's a really interesting, pivotal, life-transforming month for you. So really do the work and perhaps listen to your rising for sure and find out where your Pluto and Saturn are. Take care, gorgeous, and I'll speak to you soon. I've had my psychic company for over 20 years. I've always been exceptionally picky about who I have on my team. My psychics are incredible people. They're all emotionally intelligent. They give a very accurate and specific reading, and they're all beautiful and different in their own right.
So we got our fabulous psychics here.
My psychics go through 5 rigorous tests, including one with me, and then we get to meet.
I love meeting the readers.
And we make a film showcasing their unique skills.
Sharon P. Hello. Here we're doing filming. So are you excited? Just relax, be yourself. Open up your heart.
So if you feel that you're accurate, you're emotionally intelligent, and your heart really wants to empower your clients, then we'd love you to apply and come for a test with us.